You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Good evening. We'll call this meeting of the Branford Planning and Zoning Commission to order. It is Thursday, January 6, 2022. I'll introduce members of the commission and staff. To my far right, we have Commission Member Joe Chadwick. Next to Joe, Commission Member Joe Viuzzo. Turning the corner, Commission Member Fred Russo. Our staff this evening is Harry Smith, our town planner, and Evan Brining, our assistant planner. I'm Chuck Anders, chair. We are meeting in person at the firehouse this evening. It is Thursday, January 6th. At the time we placed the legal notices for this meeting, it was in December. Applicants had to send out had to be published in the newspaper some 2-3 weeks ago, as well as individual notices had to be sent to individual property owners, and all of those notices said that we're going to have a meeting here at the senior center. Since then, there's been an uptick in COVID concerns, a lot of more cases going up, and there's been a reluctance to actually, for people, both from the public and the commission. A number of commission members are not here this evening because of those concerns. As a result, for the most part, this meeting, we are going to continue the applications, the public hearings, and the deliberations on applications. We'll run through them to make sure that actually happens, but that's the intent. We don't expect we'll conduct a lot of business this evening. We'll continue into our next meeting, which will be a remote meeting on Thursday, January 20th. We had a whole series of remote meetings for a number of months, for a good part of last year. And we will be going back there for that process probably for the next, at least probably through February. We'll see how it goes. So that is that's sort of the introduction to this. Normally we would read the notices of public hearing. Do we have one, Harry?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Can you hear me through the mask? Hopefully. Legal notice, Town of Branford. The Planning and Zoning Commission of the Town of Branford, Connecticut hereby gives notice of public meetings to be held on Thursday, January 6, 2022 at 7 p.m. in person at the Branford Fire Headquarters, 45 North Main Street, Branford, Connecticut, to consider the following. 1. Application 21-10.10, special exception for grading, section 6.8 for a mixed-use development located at 61, 65 through 71, 67 and 73 Goodsell Point Road, Goodsell Point LLC, care of Sal Maritoli, applicant and owner. Item number 2, application 21-10.9, a planned development district site plan and coastal site plan for a mixed-use development located at 61, 65 through 71, 67 and 73 Goodsell Point Road, Goodsell Point LLC, care of Sal Maritoli, applicant and owner. Item number 3 is an application 21-12.1, special exception modification and coastal site plan for a single-family residence located at 4 Tyler Avenue. Corey Stoll and Nadia Bowers, Lovejoy, applicants and owners. Item number 4 is application number 21-12.4, special exception for a car storage lot located at 45 Rose Hill Road, Sound Real Estate LLC, care of Dan Merriam, applicant, 45 Rose Hill Road, LLC, care of Paul Santa Barbara, owner. We also have another legal notice that was published in the New Haven Register for an additional application number 21-12.8, special exception for grading, 6.8 for an 11-lot re-subdivision located at 175 Cherry Hill Road, BC Investment Property, LLC, care of Bruno Chacon, applicant and owner. At said hearings, all persons who have the right to be heard and written communications will be received. Copies of the applications are on file in the Planning and Zoning Commission's office at the Planning and Zoning Department, 1019 Main Street, Branford. Branford Planning and Zoning Commission, C. Andres, chairperson.
Thank you, Harry. So we'll run through our public hearings. Item number 1 is BC Investment Property LLC, care of Bruno Sassoni, applicant and owner, 175 Cherry Hill Road. That's the 11-lot re-subdivision application. That I believe we had already opened that application. So that is a open application, and we are going to continue that to our remote meeting on January 20th.
Mr. Chairman, we've also been offered a time extension to allow that continuance. There would be a time extension to allow the public hearing to be continued through the end of January 2022.
Okay, thank you, Harry. So we do have permission and consent from the owner to do that. Item number 2, also the same applicant and address, 175 Cherry Hill Road. That's a special exception for grading in connection with that 11-lot re-subdivision. This hearing has not been opened, but we will open it this evening and also continue it to our remote meeting on January 20th. Is that correct, Harry?
That's correct.
That brings us to items number 3 and 4. Both of those are, the applicant and owner is Goods Hill Point LLC, care of Sal Maritoli. That is at 61, 65, 71, 67, 73 Goods Hill Point Road. And that's the site plan CAM application, mixed-use development for marina and residential development, and also the special exception in grading for that same mixed-use development at the Goods Hill Point area. And also for these 2 applications, we're going to open these applications and they will be continued to our remote meeting on January 20th. Is that correct, Harry?
That is, and we have the consent of the applicant for that continuance without testimony.
Okay, thank you. That brings us into item number 5, which is Corey Stoll and Natty Brown Bowers Lovejoy, 4 Tyler Avenue, a special exception modification of coastal site plan for a single-family residence. And also this matter, we are going to open and continue this one as well to our January 20th remote meeting. Is that correct, Harry and Evan?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, great, thank you. So that brings us to item number 6. That is a Sound Real Estate LLC, 45 Rose Hill Road LLC, 45 Rose Hill Road, a special exception for a car storage lot. This matter also, we will open and continue to our remote meeting on January 20th. Harry, is that correct? Did I get that one right?
That is correct.
Okay. That brings us then to our minutes, and I believe they were sent out. Our minutes for the December 9th, 2021 meeting, and those were sent out in our packet. If someone, I don't know if members have a chance to review those, and if so, does someone want to make a appropriate motion?
Move to accept.
Motion made to approve and accept the meetings by Joe. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Fred. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the minutes are approved. Harry, what about correspondence?
We have 2 items. They both are regarding swapping out of equipment at existing cell towers. Both of them are owned by Crown Castle. One is located at 10 Sylvia Street off of East Main Street, and the other is at 850 West Main Street.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
it.
Anything else, Harry?
Nope.
Okay. That brings us into old business. We have items number 1 and 2, which are, both of those are the car wash application at 54 and 60 North Main Street. Nick Magnota, applicant for both, and that's the car wash special exception in the grading. And this is a matter where we've closed the public hearing, so testimony is completed. And I understand that the applicant has requested as well that we continue this to our January 20th meeting. Is that correct, Evan?
That's correct.
Okay, and I think it's fair because we don't have the full 5 members. I think the applicant's probably entitled to have a vote by the full 5 members, so we will, is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so we will continue items number 1 and 2 also to our remote meeting on January 20th. That brings us then to item numbers 3 and 4, which is 61 Bourbon Drive Associates, 61 Bourbon Associates LLC, 61 Bourbon Drive, a PDD master plan, multifamily residential development, and also a site plan for the multifamily residential development, again, at 61 Bourbon Drive. And again, these matters have already been scheduled for a public hearing to be opened on the 20th, and so we will do that remotely. Is that correct, Harry?
That is correct.
Okay. That brings us then to items number 5 and items number 5, 6, and 7 are all related. Those are the Amazon proposal on Commercial Drive. One is a zoning regulation amendment associated with that project. That's item number 5. Item number 6 is the special exception in grading application. Again, the address is 49 Commercial Parkway, and the applicant actually is FSI Acquisition LLC, care of John Nuff applicant. And item number 7 is the special exception for warehouse distribution, e-commerce, and fulfillment centers, again, also for that same address. And so that matter, we have down to schedule a public hearing, and I think we're looking second meeting in February, Harry? Is that?
The applicant's attorneys requested that the hearing be delayed until February 17th, the second meeting in February.
Okay. So that matter, those matters, the Amazon will probably, will hear that, likely open that hearing. It'll likely be a remote meeting on February 17th.
And we also received an offer of a time extension to allow that to happen.
Okay, great. So we've got permission to do that. That brings us into items number 8, 9, and 10, which also concern a development at 383 East Main Street, and also 367, 373, 375, 377, 383 East Main Street. This is a PDD master plan mixed-use modification. That's, again, the Exit 55 development that's going on now. This is the proposed addition of property that they want to increase, I think, put an adjacent property as part of that development, and they're proposing to add an additional building with units as part of that. And we have a public hearing. I think it says public hearing to be set. Do we have a suggested date for that, Harry?
We do, the 3rd of February.
Okay, so that will likely occur on February 3rd. That's it for old business, and then for new business, it's a Daniel Rabin applicant zoning regulation amendment regarding the addition of solar regulations. And this is from, I understand, from a town committee or town representative is
Yes.
proposing this. And do we have a suggested date or a
We're
likely
looking
date?
at the 3rd of February also.
Okay. So that's a text amendment regarding solar regulations. Probably hear that on February 3rd. That completes our new business. Harry, we have our planner's report. What's going on?
Just give you a little bit of update on the development of the affordable housing plan. We've had another meeting of the steering committee this past Monday, and getting closer to the point of getting it to a stage where there's been enough feedback from the committee to the consultant for the consultant to begin drafting a plan, the very first draft. He will wait to do that till he hears any comments from the public, which could take place again at a public informational meeting, which will be held next Monday night by Zoom at 7 o'clock. The press release is going out. There should be something on the online site for the Sound, as well as the online site for Shoreline Times. It's going out the Patch, Branford 7, and New Haven Register. There should be something shortly, if it isn't already, on the town website, and there should be a sort of email blast going out to town boards and commissions. So we will make sure all the commissioners get a specific invitation to that, and should be able to find that. If for some reason you can't find the link and you remember the public and you want to know about it, feel free to call the office, and we will make sure you get a direct link to the Zoom hookup for the meeting. It'll also be broadcast on BCTV.
Great, thanks, Harry. So that's in connection with the affordable housing plan, which we were required by state law to adopt, I think, by June. Is that correct? Or
I
is
believe
it
the end of June, yeah.
by the end of June that we have to adopt that? I know both Harry and Joe are on that committee, so good luck, guys. And and so the remote meeting is happening on Monday. And Glenn Childers, our consultant on that.
Glenn Scholder, Planometrics.
Okay,
right.
great.
Yeah.
Anything else for planners report?
Well, just what is the obvious, just looking at the agenda, we've got several fairly substantial applications that would likely attract a lot of interest, either local residents joining the properties proposed for the projects, or just in general. So we're going to have a very busy January, February, even if it's, remote.
Right. And I'll just confirm with that, is everyone okay going back to remote for probably through February? Okay with Joe? Okay, so I think that's the plan, seems to be at least temporary, we hope, so. Okay, any other comments, thoughts by anyone?
Anything to add?
Evan? Harry? Joe, Fred, anything? Okay, someone want to make a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn by Fred, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Joe, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you everyone for getting out here.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.